welcome to an episode of Oxygen Not Included, and today we will be going over the newest update, which is the Song of the Moo update. They've added a lot of things in this update. For example, milk, new buildings, 2 new food recipes, critter ranching improvements, and brand new behavior for the mighty gassy moo. And there's new skins. So we've got Brackeen. I'm not entirely sure how to say that, but that's what I'm going to go with. So tame, well-fed, gassy moos now produce a new milky element called Brackeen. Ranchers can call a moo over to a new milking station, which is a new building, to milk them when the time comes. If your colony doesn't have gassy moos yet, don't worry. You can also get Brackeen by smashing up certain crops in the new plant pulverizer. So I think it's like sleet wheat and a couple other things, so you could basically make milk alternatives. Duplicates can drink Brackeen in the water cooler, and critters can drink from something called the Critter Fountain. In both cases, it is a mood booster. It can also be refined into Brackwax from another new building called the Brackwax Gleaner building. The Brackwax can be used to make a very heat-resistant super plastic called Plastium, or you can use it in transit tubes to make the duplicates move quite a bit faster. Gassy moos can now kind of reproduce. After a domesticated moo has consumed enough grass, they can summon new members for the herd, basically. There's now something called a bleachstone hopper building, which can create bleachstone from salt and gold inputs, and you get a bit of sand as a byproduct. When you shoot meteors down with the meteor blaster, it will drop some of the resources. Oh, they've added an automation port to the egg cracker and given duplicates the ability to eat raw eggs. If you're feeling fancy, you could cook the eggs into a souffle pancake at the grill or into a quiche at the gas range. Critter traps are now made from raw metal and can be reused. I think before they used plastic, which is why I have pretty much never used traps and lures. And they've made some UI improvements in the supply closet and added 50 new cosmetic skins. Let's look at the patch notes. I'm going to skip over stuff that I've noticed, or I've mentioned before. Oh, another new element is frozen Brackeen. So yep, we've seen all of that. So these are going to be changes made to all versions of the game. So as we mentioned, the traps have been changed. They are now rearmable and have new artwork. Oh, the critter trap can now catch pacus flopping on the ground. That's nice. And the trap is now 2 tiles tall. They've made some changes to the gas grass. It no longer requires atmosphere to grow. It does need light, but it looks like half the light it needed before. Gas grass will wilt instead of sleep when its illumination requirements aren't met. And now it requires some dirt as well as liquid chlorine. They've improved the responsiveness to critters being called for grooming, which will be nice. Improved the responsiveness to critters to all tasks by increasing the frequency of brain updates. Flying creatures now avoid flying on space-exposed locations that are significantly elevated above the asteroid surface. So they're more likely to be within Dupe's range now, instead of just hanging out way out of reach. Raw egg was now edible. The egg cracker building now has an input logic port to disable the building. I wonder how you could use that. One way I might use it would be to have like a smart storage that has eggs that I want cracked in it, so that if there aren't any eggs waiting, it's disabled so it's not constantly telling me it's missing its materials. It's a silly way to use it, but it would be kind of nice. Oh, overcrowded effect on critters. Happiness now scales with the number of excess critters in the space. So if you put the Brackeen in the water cooler, it provides 2 morale and a -15 to stress. Pufflet Prince now affects egg chances to other creatures in the same room the same way the adult Puff Prince does. Oh, increase the length of 8 from feeder effect to 2 cycles to improve the rate at which Pacu are tamed when fed seeds. Logic gates and bridges can overlap where there are no overlapping ports. Okay. Duplicates can no longer manually deliver petroleum to the blast shot maker. I think you have to pipe that stuff in now. Pips can now plant seeds in a vacuum. Interesting. Meteors have been adjusted a little bit. They added a meteor shower diagnostic for active bombardment. Meteors are now spawned higher above the buildable area, which allows the blaster to target them earlier. It is now possible to configure the types of meteors that the meteor blast targets. Cool. Improved the sound mixing for it, and then meteors destroyed by it return 25% of the resources they would have dropped on collision. For the supply closet, default clothing and Atmo suit outfit items now have icons representing what they look like. I didn't realize... Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know that. Default outfits for duplicates now show a mannequin wearing that outfit in the wardrobe screen. Adjusted the item categorization for better organization. Improved UI feedback in the item drop screen when the app is having difficulty communicating with the item server. Oh, that'll be nice. I did notice when I received something earlier, there was like a little rocket showing that like it was loading, which is kind of nice. For the base game only, they've added turning sounds to the telescope animation, and organic mass space destination now yields more gas, grass, and gassy moos. And then for just the DLC, added Mellow Mallow and Bliss Burst to care packages. Adjusted the telescope animation, added the sound effect, added Grab Fruit Plant Seed to care package, and then care packages for seeds, foods, critters, and eggs, which require you to first discover them, are now available after cycle 500. So you can't just get locked out of something because you haven't discovered it. So there is a point where they'll appear. And there's a lot of fixes as well. So here is the default icon that they have added. And you can see now it has like basic gloves and that kind of thing. We've got some fancy pants going on, some fancy socks. So I think those are some of the new things available. I really like these like cooler jackets down here. Alright, so here are some of the new things we have. We have the critter traps, which are now, as you can see, 2 tall. And they use copper ore. Same with the fish trap and their airborne creature trap. This is the fountain. If creatures drink this milk, they will be happy enough that you can have, I think, almost double what they're normally allow in a single space without getting, like, super upset. It also counts as... It can replace the grooming station, so it automates the system just a little bit more when it comes to ranching. And here's the star of our little show, the Gassy Moo. They're so cute. This is the milking station, which you'll need to milk the Gassy Moo, and you need the 3rd stage of critter ranching to be able to milk the moo. And as you can see, this has a liquid output, so you could go from here straight into this, and so the milk would go straight into the feeder. So under refinement is where you'll find the Brackwax Gleaner and the Plant Pulverizer. So this one does take power. So here you can see it takes brackine and turns it into brine and brackwax and emits carbon dioxide. So that's where those inputs are, is to put in the brackwax, and then the out is for the brine. And then the duplicates will have to come by and like clean it out, and that's where you get the wax. So here you can use the sleet wheat and the pepper nut to turn it into brackine as well. So those are some of the things that you will be able to mess around with in this new update. It's quite a chunky one. They also put out a short related to it, so I highly recommend checking out the Clay YouTube channel. They always put out really cool shorts to go along with their updates. So yeah, that is a little bit of a look at the Gassy Moo update. Pretty excited to get to mess around with this stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.